My name is Aniruddha Patankar. I am a cinematographer. I've been working in the web industry for past 3 to 4 years. I was assisting a couple of cinematographers before that. I work with Pocket Aces, which has 3 of its own brands: Filter Copy, Dice Media and Gobble. I was always interested in photography. I was in the college as well. I used to take part in photography clubs and all. I used to take up in competitions and all. And I used to love films, and I couldn't figure out a way to how to combine both of these. So then a friend of mine who was a senior colleague in the photography club, I saw his Facebook profile and it said that he was a cinematographer at FTI, and that's when it struck me, oh, I can actually combine something of a visual medium and films together. When I chose cinematography, there were a lot of inspirations behind it, obviously. Like Godfather, for example, it sounds cliche, but it's one of the most inspiring films. And when I was a kid, I had seen Godfather Part 2 before I saw Part 1. I didn't understand a lot of it, but the visuals, they took me by storm. And I'm like, I want to create something like this. Then I studied the cinematography, and then I realized, oh, he's used just top lights. He's used it as a tool to not show the eyes of the characters, which make them darker, with them making more sinister. And that imagery moves you. Mihir, my friend, he was shooting a mockumentary which is Not Fit, which is India's first mockumentary web series. And I was assisting him on the camera and also being the gaffer. The director of that web series, Steve Nair, basically particularly liked my work, and he recommended my work to Pocket Aces. And those two offered me a job and said, like, hey, we would like you to take care of our visuals. And yeah, that's how I started working at Pocket Aces. Little Things 1, when we shot, was like first scale web series for Dice Media, and we shot it on a very smaller budget. When we saw the visuals, they were good, but they were not great. So we decided to change a few things. There were a lot of learnings from that set as well. In terms of cameras, we changed the cameras from Little Things 1 to What the Fox, and even the lighting setup was different. The cinematic language also changed, and that, I think, is a function of the director. I believe that Ruchir has brought something more to the table. He has challenged me, and that wasn't there in Little Things 1. In terms of pros, like I said, you get a lot of creative freedom. You get the cinematic liberty to put your content in a certain way. At the same time, the cons are the ones that you also mentioned, the budget constraints and everything. We have to sometimes work with extremely limited budget, and the challenge is to actually make the content look more cinematic in the same budget as opposed to what it would have been on a film budget. It could be in terms of lights that we use, it could be in terms of the equipment, the cameras or the rigs that we use. How to make it more cinematic is that you have to remember your basics. You have to remember something as simple as like a 3-point lighting, something as simple as using natural light to your fullest, and not. So how do you use your natural light? You can probably, your choice of camera depends on that. You can choose a Sony A7S II as opposed to a Canon camera, which gives you more latitude or a dynamic range as per se. The more cinematic you make it in low resources, when in future, when you do actually make it with bigger resources, it's gonna be easier for you.